questioning the witness.
Mr. Russo, let me apologize first that I wasn't here earlier and that I won't be here later, but I've got a markup going on in another committee across in another building. So, can the U.S. Capitol Police Office of Professional Responsibility, the OPR, investigate assistant chiefs of police, yes or no?
We generally handle anybody, so no, I mean, they could if for some reason we referred it to them, but generally we have essentially an MOU where we would handle management positions.
All right. In practice, how does your office handle issues that would otherwise be handled by the Office of Professional Responsibility?
So when I got there, I put in place a referral system, so we have that 360 tracking. We work in court. They're a dotted line to my office.
So prior to that, do you know what the policy was?
I'm not positive.
Okay, that's fair. And I may follow up with some written questions afterwards. Sure. Are you familiar with the separation agreement that former Assistant Chief Pittman entered into with the United States Capitol Police when she went on leave without pay for 6 months in order to be able or to be eligible to receive her department retirement?
I have some understanding of it, yes, sir.
All right. And are you aware that the United States Capitol Police Board has a requirement to have a formal or standard leave policy in effect?
Yes, sir.
And leave policies for the department stipulate that an officer to be eligible to receive leave without pay must indeed have an expectation of returning to full-time duty. However, former Assistant Chief Pittman had accepted a job located across the country at the time she was placed on leave without pay. Have you opened an investigation or have you looked into this matter?
We did a cursory review of the matter.
And did you come up with a conclusion, or do you need to do more investigation?
And we certainly can. If I could, we received information that she was actually still getting a paycheck. The information that came to us was still on payroll, getting a paycheck. We looked into that. That was not the case. In the course of our cursory review, we did determine that she was on leave without pay from February 1st until June, I feel like it was 17th, that she had also entered into a separation agreement with the department. We looked at the relevant policies and compared them actually with OPM, which doesn't have the likelihood of returning portion, but ours does. But it also stipulates that the chief has the authority to alter those. I conversed with my legal counsel in the office, and we came to the conclusion at this point in our cursory review that they entered into a legal agreement, that it became a legal matter at that point, and because the chief had the authority based on the policy changes, that's where we ended up. If it's a desire for us to look deeper, we can do that.
All right, I would express that desire on the record right now. Now, that being said, so here becomes the question. If the chief has changed the policy, does that mean any rank and file officer, whether they be an assistant or, relatively low-ranking person, could get 5 to 6 months of time off after taking another job without any real expectation of coming back? And let me be clear. I'm not talking about a situation where somebody has a disability and maybe, people are hopeful they'll be able to come back, but they may not be able to come back and they're within 6 months of being able to retire. That's a different animal. I understand that one, but taking a job all the way across the country, I'm having a hard time understanding how this is not some form of abuse of the system and maybe even a fraud, not by the chief of police, but by others on the United States government and its system. And my time is out. But can you look into that for me, please? I'm very concerned about it.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.